Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan Lee Howard and I am a psychic medium. I am a intuitive reader and a very radical spiritualist. So I am doing something very, very special today. This is a timeless reading, of course, for the young woman. You know, the young woman, the 16-year-old woman, the 15-year-old growing adult, and so on. If you consider yourself a young woman, someone who's at the beginning stages of their life, then this reading is going to definitely be for you. What we're doing today is I'm actually going to be reading you in 3 different groups. Okay, there's going to be group 1, there's going to be group 2, and then there's going to be group 3. Okay, group 1 is red, group 2 is yellow, and group 3 is blue. Okay, so I want you to pick your favorite color out of those choices, and all right, sorry about that. I want you to pick your favorite color out of those choices and you really meditate on the color, really kind of think about it, feel the energy of it, take a second to go back and forth, but don't take too long. And then I want you to ask, also any questions prior to you picking your group that you want your spirit guides to answer. What you'll actually find is that they beat you to the punch. Okay, so take a few minutes, pause the video if you need to, go get something to drink, go tell your mother that you'll be right back, or whatever the case may be. Tell your boyfriend that, you've got to really pay attention to this, and set yourself some time. Okay, so we are going to do the group 1, which is red first. The reason why you've picked red is because you are very, very emotional and good emotions. Good emotions. You're wanting to dig into your love life. You're wanting to dig into some of those questions and some of those quests. I like the color red. I'm wearing red today. Where I have a red head wrap on. I love the color red. So the very first thing I'm going to tell you, for those of you who picked the color red, group 1, is you're gonna you need to actually really think about not smoking. Okay, I know that might be hard for some of you, but you need to think about not smoking and not eating any foods that have a lot of butter on them, such as pancakes or things of that nature. If you do eat pancakes, make sure that you don't overindulge. Okay, in the butter, you do have you're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but you do have a few pre-existing type of health issues. And also, you want to model, you want to be beautiful, you're coming into your own aesthetic, into what makes you personable. So, just make healthier choices so that way down the line you're not struggling with your weight or struggling with how you look. Okay, vacation is something that's not going to necessarily happen, but hey, I feel like you can still vacation right where you are. Okay, I think you can still vacation right where you are. This does talk about making current plans to maybe see the world, but don't move too fast. Okay, do not move too fast. I think vacation definitely happens. The number 2 is of significance here. So you may actually be planning a very small trip within the next couple of weeks. Okay, I think you need to think about this because your parents or your guardians or the people who are over you don't necessarily want you to take this trip. Okay, I think for good reason. There's a lack of finance here, so they may actually have to fund it. There's also a lack of academic success happening, so they may actually think that you need to be paying more attention in that regard. Now, there's a lot of anger generated from that advice. You're angry about it. You don't like it. You may actually be rebelling in some way, but I think that you'll actually find out that it is very good if you do not do that. Okay. This talks about you needing to straighten up your binders, you needing to straighten up the things that you have for school. Get organized. Okay. That's going to alleviate a lot of stress or anxiety that you have as of right now. A lot of these binders are of darker colors such as black or purple. Those definitely need to be sorted out. Some of you have binders that you keep your love notes and things like that in. Those definitely need to be sorted out as well. Okay. Put your love notes in there. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. I like that. Because I used to have a book like that when I was in middle school. And in high school, that I kept like all of my love notes in. I'll tell you this from a ritualistic magic standpoint. Like, whenever you keep your love notes in a book, and if you keep them in order, that's telling the universe that you are progressing. Okay, so make sure that you keep your books and things like that in order. Okay, so that's one thing that I'm gonna say. Love is showing up here as well. I feel like I want you to explore based on this energy. Okay, you may actually be going through what you call a heartbreak or a detachment, friend. I don't think that you have yet met your soulmate, but I do think that you have met your experience. Okay, a cat comes up in spirit here, so this means that you actually meet some very, very affectionate individuals, or some very, very affectionate people, and they tend to grasp you whole. Okay, they tend to grasp you whole with their energy. So I feel like I want you to enjoy the experience for right now, even though you know it's going to be short-lived. Okay? Even though it's going to be short-lived. Intuition is up right here. And they just got a lot of, their parents are on them too. It's not just one-sided here. Their parents are on them too. So that's what I'm going to say in regards to that. There's a lot of pressure. They may have moved recently, or may be new in town. So there's a lot of pressure within their home. There may be some type of substance abuse in their home. There may be some type of physical abuse in their home. And you kind of make them feel awkward a little bit. You know what I mean? Because maybe your life is, a lot better. No one's life is perfect, but, maybe your life is a lot better in terms of that. And they just kind of feel awkward, like they don't want to bring that heavy energy around you. They feel like they don't want to open up to you about what's going on at home or what's going on in their personal life, because it may actually make you shy away. They feel like you're grounded. They feel like you are well-rounded, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and they just want to make a really keen impression on you. That's what I feel by that. The color yellow is also of significance here. So they're in the planning stages, and you're kind of more of in the relationship stage. So they're trying to plan things for their life. They talk a lot about wanting to make money. They talk a lot about wanting to start that job at McDonald's, or, start a new job. They talk a lot about those kinds of things. And it seems like they're always in that energy of anxiety. And where you guys are disconnecting at is because they feel as though you know where you're going in your life, and you do. They feel like you know where you're going in your life. What's happening in your life and things like that. So I like that. What is the remedy, or what is the answer from spirit here? I think that as a woman, I think that you can pull back your emotions, is what I'm going to say. I think that you can actually maintain a friendship and maybe be a stepping stone, or render some type of inspiration to this person. I don't think you have a very strong emotional attachment to them, and I think you may be feeling that as of right now, as you're listening to this, group one. But I do feel as though you knew something was going on. You know that they need to intervene. Okay. You are a healer. You are definitely going to be a zodiac sign that flows, such as air or such as a water sign, for sure. The earth signs, I'm feeling that you guys are kind of stuck on vacation or exploring. You know what I'm saying? You may actually have your love lives under wrap as of right now. But I do feel like the water signs and the air signs are really going to kind of resonate with that message, but it should resonate with all of you though, for sure. But just going a little deeper into that. Okay. The letter W is of significance here. This does talk about your finances, needing to put away $5 or $10, maybe once a week or once every 2 days, or when you get it, or set it aside. So that way you can actually invest into something that has to do with your future by the middle of the year. Okay, the month of June is of significance here. So the June month also represents just the middle of the year, because again, this message is timeless. So whoever, whenever you are reading this or receiving this message, start saving in little increments like that. Okay, this could be like purchasing a car, purchasing a new cell phone, things like that. You don't want to make any purchases right now, group one, just because you don't have the finances to do so as of now. A lot of you do have the finances, but I do feel like you're just going to want to wait just a little bit. Okay, next I do want to look at any warning signs for group one, any warning signs or any warnings or any things that you need to be aware of as of right now. Okay, the Magician shows up next to the Fool. The 3 is also of significance here. If you're not careful, your friends will definitely pull you into their problems and into their emotions as of right now, making you forget about who you are and what you want to do. You might be actually putting yourself on the back burner for your friends to help them. I think you should render them 3 more weeks of help and then detach and let them fly on their own. Your spirit guides and your ancestors are saying, hey, wait a minute. Keep helping them, because that's what you do. You're a healer. You're a helper. You're a stepping stone in many people's lives. But don't put your own energy on the back burner. Okay? Don't put your own visions on the back burner. Vision boards do actually show up here. If you get a vision board and you stick like from magazines, or you know how to put together a vision board. If you get a vision board and you do that, and every day say you sage your vision board, you're putting energy into your vision board. You can take a feather and actually dust it off. Just give it attention every day. I think that you can have a very powerful way of manifestation here. I think that you can have to kind of make your dreams and your goals come true while helping someone else. That's what I would say. So that's kind of like a remedy there. Okay. That's kind of a remedy there. And just to tidy up where you need to focus that on love, because I know that there's a lot going on in your relationship and love. Group one, just wait a minute. Take it easy. Okay. Be cautious. Just see what happens. You'll notice that your energy and your energy of attraction will fluctuate between individuals right now, because you are still in that choosing stage. You're just not going to settle for anything. I can't ask you to settle for anything. I would never ask you to settle for anything, but I like that. Okay. For sure. So I hope that definitely resonated with you. I hope that you enjoyed that message. And from your spirit guides and me, just don't forget about us. Myself included. I'm here if you need anything. Your spirit guides are there always, monitoring your needs and stuff like that. So I love that. And thank you so much, group one. Okay, so group two, hold on. Okay. Y'all were yellow. I had to double check myself. Okay, so group two, y'all were yellow. Okay, so yellow talks about making plans. It talks about thinking about the future. And y'all are extremely, extremely gifted individuals who have a passion, not a passion. I'll say this is something undeveloped, but definitely need to be thinking about changing the world. You deal with a lot of negative thoughts. Have you noticed like your negative thoughts actually make you feel as though like it applies pressure to your physical body. Okay, that's because you guys in group 2, which are yellow, which resonate with the color yellow, y'all actually, it's like you can pull the energy from that thing. That's why you are over emotional too. Don't be taking any type of vitamins or anything like that, because I think that you're definitely healthy and you don't want to add any type of medication to the emotion that you are already rendering yourself privy to. Okay? That's what I want to say going into that energy. I also want to say, clean up your rooms, make your beds, clean your spaces up, because it looks like there needs to be some type of energy flip here based on this. And what I mean by energy flip is I just simply mean, hold on, because y'all got some very heavy and some very negative energies that don't want me to get through, but we will get through. Okay? Sorry. Now, that just simply means cleaning up your spaces, making sure that your spaces are good here. There's an X here, and there's also a Y and a Z. So this talks about, making sure that things aren't in the corner. Okay? Making sure things are not in the corner. Okay? Of your room. There's a great passion here. There's a great calling on your life. A lot of you are going to be pastors, preachers, pastoresses, preacheresses, and first ladies and things of that nature. But also, definitely giving the world what you have. This is public speaking. This is encouraging the world to see your point of view. So there's a lot of deep passion here. And with deep passion comes a great freaking opponent. Okay? Opponent. This opponent may manifest itself in the form of another person, a relationship, or whatever the case may be. This opponent can manifest itself as an evil spirit. Okay, it can manifest itself in your life to throw you off of track. Okay, to throw you off of track. A lot of things are happening to you right now because you are on the verge of greatness. You are on the verge of greatness. Okay, a lot of things are happening because you're on the verge of greatness. Okay, this is an energy of greatness, and you will go out and be great. You will go out and be great. Okay, now the 5 is tried here, so this is talking about situations with your fathers. Render them that energy of forgiveness, even though they weren't doing what they needed to do for you all the time. Render the energy of forgiveness. Right now, this is a vital time in your life, young lady. Okay, because right now you are trying to create good energy and good karma, so that way you can thrive beyond the relationship, thrive beyond the love life, thrive. Okay, thrive. Inner blood does show up here along with the trapped energy and the energy of go. So this is basically saying, make sure that you are not being prejudiced at this time. Make sure that you are not, judging people, because you have to be frugal. You have to be open-minded. This is in alignment with your passion, ma'am. It's in alignment with your future career. Those of you who are going to college and those of you who are going to be entrepreneurs. You cannot be prejudiced or have a certain outlook on a certain race or sexuality or whatever the case may be. You definitely have to have an open spirit. That's why you have so many opinions now, and you need to understand that these are not your sole opinions alone. You have a lot of opinions as of right now, but again, you need to understand these are not your sole opinions alone. Okay, not your sole opinions alone. So I do like that. Okay, I like the passion here. I like the inner blood shows up. I like the connection here from your ancestors to you. You will be okay. Okay, there's a lot of energy that's just kind of making you doubt yourself, and I'm sitting in that with you, and I want you to know I'm working in that with you, but you will be okay. Whew. Okay, now looking in the 3rd sphere here, okay, this talks about your cooking habits. It talks about you needing to actually eat better, more broccoli, okay, more green food, okay. You actually have a very good cooking thumb is what I like to call it. Cooking thumb. You have a very good cooking thumb, but You definitely need to make sure that you are preparing meals and stuff for yourself so you can actually start to work on your weight. Your weight is a major issue for yourself. I think you're beautiful. Okay, I think you're beautiful. Some of y'all want to get diamonds and pearls and stuff like that. I think that adds to your aesthetic, but get you some crystals, okay? The diamonds and pearls are good, but yes, I do. I think you're beautiful. I think you are a beautiful woman. But because you do want to work on your own weight, or whatever the case may be, you cook your foods, you prepare your meals and things like that. Stop getting the smoothies. Stop going through the drive-thru, getting the apples and the croutons, because it's about energy to lose weight. Okay, it's gonna always be about energy to lose weight. So you're gonna have to prepare your food out of your own energy. What do you have to say about that? Red Truck, the follower shows up. So this talks about an energy of talks about an energy of almost being paranoid that you have to lose weight a certain type of way, or you have to groom yourself a certain type of way. You are perfect. Okay, some of y'all want to be video vixens. We'll talk about that as you get older. Okay, we'll talk about that as you get older. So that's what I'm going to say in that regard. We're going to take a look at your love life and kind of stack the deck here. Okay, so you've been thinking about Pete. Pete has been thinking about you. Love is definitely in the energy. I think that experience it for now. Go eat at a Chinese restaurant. Somebody's favorite food is Chinese. Go eat at a Chinese restaurant. Go and get takeout or go and get something to eat and park your car in front of the lake at the park at Twin Hills Park or something. Okay, or whatever the name of the park is that you're at. Okay, park your car there, create a good energy of atmosphere, a good atmosphere, and talk. Yes, you feel like there are negative vibes here. Yes, you feel as though you're not going to be able to keep this relationship long. But if you grasp the experience of the individual that you are attracted to as of right now, beautiful, you'll learn that there's a lot more in your love life than just one person. Okay, you have a very flowy spirit. You're not just going to settle down with just one person. Okay, I hate to tell you that, but you're not going to settle down with just one individual. Okay, the number 2 is tried here and also a lightning bolt. So that means that you are going to be all over the place. You don't necessarily know what you like as of right now. And that's okay. You don't have to know what you like as of right now. And that is okay. That's okay. So, with that being said, let's see if your ancestors or your great-grandmothers or grandmothers have any warning signs or any special message that they want you to do. Okay? They want you to start to cultivate your spiritual journey. The walk Asus shows up in spiritual essence, and exolevation shows up in spiritual essence. So to translate that to you, they want you to start taking your spiritual journey serious, because you're going to actually need a lot of their help through prayer, or just simple conversation. Simple conversation mainly, but you're gonna need their help through those things to navigate your lives. You know what I'm saying? Your lives. They want you to start back writing again, and not writing about yourself, but writing about how other people feel about you. So you may actually be with someone or liking someone, or this could be a parent or something like that, and you need to write from their point of view about how they feel about you. This is almost a form of automated writing, which in the spiritual world is when we tap into a spirit and we let them guide us. You are tapping into the spirit of the other individual with whom you are going to be writing in their space from, and look at what you write about how they feel about you. You'd be surprised, as those things come out. That's going to be something very, very exciting. Okay, so I think that this is by far the most. You guys have to be by far. You guys are like the leaders. The next generation, this generation, the next year, you're just it. You're just it. Clean your language up a little bit. But I think that you're going to be a beautiful, beautiful adult woman, beautiful grown woman. So I love this. And just understand that, okay? So I love you, and I will see you guys for the next reading group 2. Thank you, and please push your seat up as you leave the table. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Group 2. Hold on. I got group 3. Group 3. Okay. Let me clean up. So you guys picked the color blue. Okay. Which is a good color to pick, but I can go ahead and tell you now, with picking the color blue, there are a lot of different spirits communicating with you in good ways. There's a lot of advice being flown through the universe for you. There's a lot of just a lot. The universe is sending you a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicity, such as the numbers 333, 222. Excuse me, 1111, things of that nature. Okay, so I do like that the universe is calling out to you and things like that. I know that love may actually have like some type of wall, not wall, but something distractive there. Okay, now with the color blue, with you picking that because that's what you picked, I feel as though I feel as though I want you to focus on what your ancestors are saying. You guys are going to be the most spiritual out of today's readings, okay? So that means the universe, your ancestors, spirit guides are talking to you. Okay. So you've been having dreams, slight wandering off into space, but that's okay. That's a good thing. So your ancestors are wanting you to pay attention to how you feel. You may not necessarily know, because you don't, what these signs or what these things mean, but hey, this is your sign. Okay, this is your sign. Start thinking about a spiritual business. You are a tarot reader. You are a spiritualist in your own way. So spirit wants you to actually be authentic. Be authentic with what it is that you are, what you're doing. Also, don't get into a box. Don't get into a box, because these spiritual boxes that are out here will have you going nuts, will have you going crazy. Okay, Lakal shows up in the spiritual space along with the ancestor money, and my name as well. Okay, so with these things showing up, I think that you're a teacher. Okay, I think that you are a teacher. I think that you are especially for you water signs are going to get this a whole lot quicker than you earth signs, okay? But earth signs, I know that you're going to get this too. I think that you are a teacher. I think that you are, I think that you're doing a lot of, you have that inside of you. Okay, so you disconnect from people, you disconnect from friends easily because you feel as though they don't get you. These are the most crucial years of your life. Okay, it's important that you understand that you are different, that you do think differently, that things in the world do stick out to you that a lot of people just don't get. You may feel as though people are robots. You may feel as though people are zombies. They don't understand the deeper meanings of life. You've overcame some horrible things. You've turned beautiful things into you've turned horrible things into a beautiful situation, is what I'll say. So you think deeper, and you just want to connect with people on that deeper level. Okay, you absolutely will, but prepare to be alone for a little bit. Prepare for it to just be you, because I'm afraid that, your spiritual journey is going to dictate your life, and that's at your desire. You are spiritual. You love feeling the things in the spirit. You love that connection to God. You love how it makes you feel, and it makes you feel good. There is nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Don't struggle with spirituality and Christianity or religion at all. Combine it. If it makes you feel good, then I know that God will be pleased with it. Okay? I know that God is okay with you simply trying to heal yourself and be okay. Moving is going to definitely happen for you, but everything in your life is going to be gained out of the aspect of a miracle. So when it comes to moving, relationship, life, money, finance, it's going to be like, I just don't, you're going to be saying, I don't know how it happened. It just happened. It was so great. You're going to be saying, I just ended up being able to move, or I completed my classes, or, I don't know how I even got an A on this test. It's just going to be different things like that. You guys may feel like you're not even doing good in school or even engaged in academics or any of that. Because honestly, with this type of life path, with this type of life path, wow, sorry, with this type of life path, you don't necessarily, you don't feel like you need to go to school. What you don't, you're more along the lines of entrepreneurship. But I do want you to understand you do have to survive in this world. Okay? So don't let getting a job or going to school make you feel as though you can't be your authentic self. You do have to survive in this world. Okay? That's one thing I'm going to tell you. Expect to get a lot of no's when you go out there into the world. A lot of people are going to be telling you no, or I'm sorry, but that is the universe guiding you to what you need to be. And yes, it is, or where you need to be and what you need to be. And yes, it is a painful experience, but it's one that you will appreciate later on down the road. Okay, later on down the road. So a lot of disappointment here for this group. A lot of no for this group, but a lot of beauty in the end. And I think that you think about things in the long-term sense. You know what I'm saying? In the long-term sense, it all will make sense. The pain that you're enduring as of right now, the tears, the sadness, the major disconnect. You were just born into a world that does not understand you, but you understand it. And sometimes we have to adjust ourselves based on that alone. Based on that alone. This group is gonna have to really guard their hearts when it comes to love, because unfortunately for you, you don't need someone who just understands you. You need someone who understands life. You need someone who understands deep intent. You need someone that understands the way the world works, the way the universe works, and you need them to be open-minded so that way they can support you in your spiritual journey. You stop and don't change yourself. Do not change yourself to fit the mold in relationships or the mold that someone else wants you to fit. Group 3. Okay. My heart goes out to you because I was on this journey a very long time ago, and I'm just now understanding and seeing the beauty in all of the things that I went through and all of the things that my life has and the way my cards were dealt. I didn't understand the pain. It didn't make sense, but I'm here to tell you that it does. I'm not much older than you. I'm only 29 years old, and you will be 29 years old soon. Okay? And by the time you get there, I want you to know that it's all going to make sense. Hopefully for you a lot sooner than it did for me, but I do feel like you're stronger than I am. And I hope so. Okay? I hope so. So there is a Z that is in spirit here. The Z just basically connects you with a grandmother that's in spirit. A very less common name now. Cecile or something like that kind of comes to mind. There's a Sarah, there's a Mary, there's a Joanne, So all of these spirits are kind of waving their hands, and they're thanking me for the connection and the message that you are receiving today. So I do hope that helps you. And it's just not yet your time, but it is your experience. And it may not be our time, but when it is our experience, that belongs to us, and we should wear that experience or have that experience with pride. So I love you, ladies, and welcome to the spiritual. Bye.